Alright guys, welcome back to another video on the Flow of Consciousness YouTube channel, and I feel super excited about today's topic because it was a very intense experience for me yesterday. So, what am I talking about? Currently, I'm reading the book Grounded Spirituality. I'll show it to you. I'm reading it on Audible like I read all my books usually, so it looks like this. Grounded Spirituality by Jeff Brown. I figured it didn't focus properly, so I hope I can make it work. Yes. Grounded Spirituality by Jeff Brown. And in the book he talks about a few healing modalities, and one of which is holotropic breathwork, holotropic breathing. And I got interested in this technique and I started reading about it online. I started to check out some YouTube videos, and it seemed like Wim Hof is doing breathwork like this too. And I have been taking cold showers for a while, and I've done some breathwork with his techniques, but I didn't know it was actually called holotropic breathwork, right? So I started to do some more research, and then I figured out that, okay, hey, why don't I just try it out? So yesterday, before I went to bed, I decided I wanted to try out this holotropic breathing technique, and it's actually fairly simple. So basically what you do is you lay down on your bed, you make yourself feel very comfortable, you start to meditate a little bit, you come into the present moment, right? So you lay down on your bed, you scan your body, you start breathing normally, just pay attention to the breath, come into the now, come into the present, right? So you're in your bed, and then you start to breathe more deeply, more intensely, and you start to breathe through your mouth. Slowly. Now what's very important is that you want to breathe through your belly. So you want to breathe with your belly muscles. Your sternum will rise and fall, but also your stomach, your belly will rise and fall. So you have to take a lot of air. So your muscles are really working. Now, at first you will start to breathe more deeply and more heavily, and then as you get into this rhythm, you will start to breathe more intensely. So more intensely, deeper and faster. And then you start to go as fast and deep as you can. Breathing in through the mouth, breathing out through the mouth. And right now when I'm doing it, I'm already starting to feel a little bit dizzy. And so as I was doing that, I have to mention, first of all, I also put on some headset, like earplugs, and I was listening to binaural beats. I will put a link in the description. You can listen to those too if you want to try out the exercise. So these binaural beats are actually frequencies that stimulate different states of consciousness, basically. And so holotropic breathwork is actually a way to get your system, your body, your mind in an altered state just by breathing, right? So because you add more oxygen to the system than it usually has available, right? Normally you're just breathing. But if you force breathe, basically that's what you do, you actually hyperventilate in a controlled manner. And I don't advise you to do this if you have any health problems, or if you are a person who regularly has heart rhythm issues or has difficulties breathing, etc. I just am sharing my own experience, so I'm not endorsing you to do anything dangerous at all. It's just something that I was interested in and I gave it a try. So basically what happens is you add more oxygen to your system, and this impacts your whole brain chemistry, your body chemistry, so your blood gets more oxidated, and this causes it to alkalize. So usually we are more acidic. That's as far as I understand it, right? We are more acidic, and by adding more oxygen we alkalize the blood, and of course the blood circulates through the brain, adds more oxygen, so this can really alter your normal state of consciousness, your normal bodily state. It alters it, right? And so as I was breathing, as I was breathing, it's very interesting, guys. Like, if you try this, it will feel strange. I promise. Trust me. At first, I was a little bit, what can breathing actually do? Like, it can't be that powerful, right? But bear with me on this one. So I start breathing, right? And I go faster and deeper, faster and deeper. And at a moment, it gets tiring. When you really give it a max effort, it gets tiring because you're using your muscles so much and your lungs are expanding and contracting all the time, right? So it gets tiring after a while. So after a while, I start to slow down and I start to get my breath again to a normal kind of level. But then all of a sudden, you feel this incredible sensation in your body. Your hands start tingling. Your head feels light. I was, of course, you want to do this with closed eyes. And I was laying there and I was so much in my body. It was this very intense, almost like, it was a DMT-like state almost. I tried DMT a few months ago, and I think that having had that experience definitely allowed me to really embrace this experience even more, right? And so it feels strange. I was laying there and I felt this tingling sensation in my hands. My joints in my knees, they felt light and empty somehow. It was a very strange sensation in my joints. And I was laying there and I could feel that my wrists were almost like pinned down to the mattress. And I could feel this tingling sensation, and in my head I had this lightheaded feeling, and I started to feel a certain resistance in my body, right? And I started to meditate on it, and I felt so attuned to my body, and I could hear the intuition speaking. It was a very strange sensation to have, to lay there just almost exhausted because of the breathing, this altered state in my body, and then the intuition telling me, try it more. So I lay there, and then I start to slowly breathe again, and then I start to go harder and faster again, and I do it again, and there was this dialogue in my head, this intuitive sense that I could guide myself through this experience somehow. It was very interesting. So I keep breathing heavily, and I said, listen, 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 and I start to cry. I start to cry because I realize that I sometimes don't listen to my intuition. I don't listen to myself, right? So we all have these moments where we know we should do something or not do something, but we don't listen. And we repress this gut feeling that tells us, hey, this is actually not the best thing for you to do right now. But we suppress it. We keep it somewhere where it doesn't allow, where we don't allow it to speak, right? And so as I was breathing, it was as if this intuitive voice was coming out. It was expressing itself. It was listen, 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 and I start to cry. And I realized, yes, I should listen to my intuition. I should not do certain things that I know are not the right thing to do right now, right? So it was very intense. And as I'm breathing, all of a sudden I get scared, and I slow down again, and my breathing slows down again, and I feel this intense resistance to try more, to breathe more heavily. It was a very strange sensation where I could feel this altered state in my body, but I got scared. I felt as if I would continue doing this, more stuff would come up, and it was almost as if I would cause like a problem within myself, I would hurt myself, or I would even like die because of too much oxygen or something. It was super strange. So I lay there, and I hear this intuition, do it more, and then okay, I start breathing again, and then I say, I'm scared. I said it, I'm scared, and I start crying again. I'm scared. I'm so scared. It was very, very interesting. I'm so scared. But I pushed through it. I know that, okay, when you're scared, be brave, be brave. I was thinking, be brave. I'm scared, but be brave. So I continue breathing, faster, harder. And then, okay, after I was counting 50, so 50 in breaths, 1, 2, 3, 50 of those. I breathe out again. And I again start to feel this tingling sensation in my hands, and my body starts to feel lighter. And now my wrists didn't feel as heavy anymore. They were not pinning me down. I could feel that my heart was more open somehow. It was very, very interesting experience. Super, super interesting. So I was laying there. I could feel my heart being more open. And I start to pay attention to my mind's eye, and I could see very vivid images of a book with pages that were moving in the wind, and then the sea, and then my own face. But it was crystal clear. I could see my own face, crystal clear, my hair, everything. And then all of a sudden I start to see these geometrical shapes in my mind's eye, but they were like DMT shapes, you know, these mandala kind of geometrical shapes. They were not crystal clear. They were kind of vague in a way, but they had distinct lines and distinct shapes. So I was just paying attention to these geometrical shapes, and then I was paying attention to the sensations in my body. And I'm reading this book, Run with Spirituality, of course, and he talks about the fact that so many people nowadays, they are spiritual bypassers. What this means is that you're using spirituality to escape the suffering that is happening in the world. You're using spirituality to escape your own pain. And I will record a video about this topic because I think it's very relevant, and it's very current zeitgeist is around that. People are using spirituality to escape their pain, right? So, and here in Tulum, there's, I think, so many people who are doing that. So I was thinking to myself, okay, am I doing this right now? Am I trying to use spirituality to escape? And no, because Jeff Brown in the book, he talks about these healing modalities that ground you in your body, that have a synergistic relationship with the body and the divine, right? So I was laying there. As I was laying there, I was seeing these shapes in my mind, and I was thinking to myself, okay, am I now trying to escape this worldly suffering by doing this? And then I understood, no, because I am in my body. I feel in my body. I feel the tingling in my body. I feel the expansion of my heart. I can feel the lightheadedness in my heart, in my head, sorry. But at the same time, I connect my body to kind of like a divine spiritual energy, the intuition that spoke to me. I believe that this divine power, the voice that said, listen, and the voice that said, you're scared, and admit that you're scared. Wow, incredible. So it was a very intense experience for me to try this for the first time. It's my first time trying holotropic breathwork, holotropic breathing, and it was very profound experience. Even though I was doing it for 2 hours maybe. I saw my clock on my phone after I finished. I was like, wow, 2 hours passed? That's very interesting. So apparently I was experimenting with this for 2 hours straight. I'm not saying that you should do this. I'm just saying that time almost became irrelevant or something. It was the experience, you know, you guide yourself through the experience, and at some point I start to calm down again, in the sense that I feel that, okay, right now it's time to wrap it up, right? Of course you can continue, but then I would feel that it was more of a compulsive thing. It would have been a compulsive thing for me to continue doing it, right? So I accepted that, okay, right now it showed me what it had to show me, and I can wrap it up, and I can take this experience with me, and I can take it forward. And after that, I felt so grateful that I tried this, and I really wanted to record a video about this, because I feel it's great that I am looking for healing modalities for myself. I'm trying them out, and then I can share my experiences with you. That's amazing, because then you can learn about this, and then maybe you can try it out, and maybe you can share it with other people, right? So this experience for me was very profound. And I watched a video on YouTube. I can't remember who it was, Yoga Journals or something. That was the first video that pops up when you look it up on YouTube. And so she offers like a free breathwork session with a guy who lives in LA. I don't know his name. It's a pity. Anyways, I booked a live breathwork session with him, like an online session, because there was a coupon code, and I'm gonna try it on Wednesday. So I will definitely, maybe I will even record it as I go through it, because I'm very curious what will happen if it's like a guided one with a person who has been practicing this for years. So I will keep you guys updated on that for sure. So yes, I just wanted to share my first holotropic breathing experience with you guys, and it was very profound, very interesting. I didn't expect it. There was a lot of resistance, a lot of initial resistance, and I could feel my body. There is a lot there. There is still a lot there, and Jeff Brown really talks about we need to clear out these blockages. We need to clear out these traumas, right? And by doing that, we will allow ourselves to feel more aligned, emotionally connected. We will feel more grounded, because we are trying to escape these pains, but we actually have to integrate them. We have to entangle them and let them express themselves, right? And this is what I felt in my DMT experience. I realized that there's so much stuff inside this body, so much stuff, and I am now interested in looking for modalities to integrate this energy, this blocked energy. It's something that I got very, very interested in, and I think that this holotropic breathwork can be a gateway to learning more about this. So on that note, I want to end this video, and I want to thank you for taking the time to hear me talk about my holotropic breathwork experience. I also want to encourage you to try it out for yourself. Of course, be careful with it. I think that if you have dangerous medical conditions, then you should definitely contact your physician. But for me, it was a very, very profound and powerful experience. So yes, thank you for being brave. Thank you for looking inwards. Thank you for making yourself and thus the world a better place one step at a time. And as always, thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.